Thompson?
You're now the attorney in fact for the state name.
No, sir, Mr. Thompson. You know I don't put up with any of that. You understand?
Right.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You understand I'm not going to put up with that.
Yes, sir.
Not anything like that. You understand? Do you understand me?
Yes.
There's not going to be any private citizen, sovereign citizen, any of that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Today, we're heading down to Florida to watch one of my new favorite judges, Judge Brantley Clark. He's known for running one of the most efficient, no-nonsense courtrooms you'll ever see. And when it comes to sovereign citizens, fake plates, and bizarre legal theories, this man takes absolutely no nonsense. In this video, we'll go through several real courtroom moments showing how Judge Clark deals with defendants who try to outsmart the law. And let's just say, it never goes well for them. Let's get into it.
You're before the court today for your affidavit of violation of probation. You filed a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I've denied most of it. I'm going to probably deny the rest of it.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely.
I got some education to go, huh?
Sir?
So I've got some education to go.
Yes, sir. You're here today by, you got a new law violation of driving my license, suspender, and vote. You don't want to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
But that's the thing is, I've never even been pulled over. I don't know how I got a license or a warrant or anything. I haven't been pulled over in more than a year. Any emergency contact. I went to go pick up a records request and they gave me a warrant instead of the records.
Do y'all know anything about this?
As to the new law.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Don't answer that. I shouldn't ask that question.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Strike that from the record. I won't do that if you won't do any other mess. I won't ask you that question.
The first case starts with a defendant standing before Judge Clark for a violation of probation. The judge calmly reads out the charge and asks if the defendant has an attorney. But when the man begins rambling and offering excuses, the judge doesn't waste a second. He interrupts, reminding the defendant that probation isn't optional. It's a court order. The tone is firm but fair. You're either following the terms or you're not. The defendant tries to justify his actions, but Judge Clark cuts through the excuses and gets straight to the point. Within minutes, the hearing is resolved. This moment perfectly captures how Clark's courtroom operates: concise, structured, and grounded in the law. No arguments, no drama, just facts and accountability.
Better. You transfer that to the judge?
Just filed. I just filed in the court file.
I tried to and they wouldn't accept it.
All right. Was he arrested? Is there a new arrest for driving license, suspender, and vote? State?
Yes, there was a bench warrant issued on 1/23/24 that's executed 1/29/24.
But I was just doing a records request and had an agreed upon date to pick it up. Went up there to pick it up and gave me a warrant. So the records are requested.
I tell you what, I'm gonna let y'all
Return
do
that?
that. Listen, I'm gonna leave him on probation. I'm gonna set this for preliminary on April. What's that April date?
April 17th.
April 17th. I'm gonna let him take care of that in county court and see what happens. Okay.
Thank you.
And I think that's the only violation he had.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing on this, and then we'll see you back in April, and you can take care of that in county court. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sign a notice.
Next up is where things get interesting. A man walks in claiming to be a beneficiary and not the person named on the paperwork. He insists he doesn't recognize the court's authority, saying things like, "I am not this corporate fiction. I am the living man." Judge Clark doesn't even blink. Without raising his voice, he asks, "So are you entering a plea or not?" The man tries to continue his sovereign citizen speech, but the judge immediately calls for the next case. The courtroom bursts into quiet laughter as Clark reminds everyone, "We deal with real law here, not YouTube law." This clip is a masterclass in judicial patience, showing how a seasoned judge can completely disarm sovereign rhetoric with calm authority and zero emotional reaction. Clip 3.
State your name, sir.
The beneficiary, said Alexander, a human being.
Mr. Alexander, I don't accept any of that. If you want to state your name, state your name. If you don't, that's fine.
I am Cedric Alexander, the beneficiary, sir.
No, sir, I don't. The beneficiary doesn't mean anything to me. Says, are you Cedric Alexander?
I'm a human being, said you got examined, not the
I
corporation.
want to be held without you.
I'm
Before
a
the
live,
court-
I'm a
you're
live
before
with
the
a human
court-
being,
you're
not a
before the
fictitious
court today on
entity.
your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the office of public defender. You've got a failure to appear on
Not
a,
your majesty, my public
misdemeanors.
defender.
I have ordered to be held without bond on that. I'm gonna leave that as it is. You got a possession of methamphetamine and see, that might be all the same thing. Yeah. You just got a failure to
The
appear.
officer didn't even
You'll
come
be-
and do
You'll be
depositions
held
because it's a
without
lie.
bond on that. You've got a drive on license suspended or vote. I'm gonna find there's probable cause. I'm gonna set, that's a third degree felony, plus 5 years Florida Department of Corrections and a
Fictitious entity
$5,000
cannot drive,
fine.
sir.
I am going to set a $5,000 bond. I'll see you March 11th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, go ahead and step out for me.
Preliminary adversarial hearing, you're representing yourself. You know, at any point in time, you can ask an attorney to be appointed to represent you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Loving, you can call your first witness.
All right, state calls officer Zip. Richard Zip.
Just swear the witness in.
I do.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Richard Ziff,
Where are you employed?
Panel City Police Department.
Were you working in November of 2023?
I was.
On November 11th, 2023, did you have occasion to come in contact with defendant Josiah Beecham?
I was.
How did you come in contact with him?
It was an investigative stop. Mr. Beecham's vehicle was having a hard time maintaining its lane. I conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle. Vehicle drove over the curb. Immediately when I stopped the vehicle, I can smell marijuana coming from within the vehicle while still sitting inside my own vehicle. As I got closer to the vehicle, I can smell the marijuana getting stronger. When I made contact with Mr. Beecham in the driver's seat, I informed him the nature of the stop, also told him I smelled marijuana in the vehicle. At that point, Mr. Beecham was saying I was violating the Treaty of Florida, making other statements that he was not driving, he was traveling. And at one point, I asked him to identify himself. He refused to identify himself. He began to call 911 and requested a Bay County deputy respond to the scene because he refused to cooperate with me.
Officer Zip, at some point, based on the smell of marijuana, did you search the vehicle and Mr. Beecham's person?
I did.
During that search, did you locate anything of note, of significance?
We found trafficking amounts of controlled substances. I believe we were, one of them tested positive for cocaine. There was marijuana and we believe fentanyl.
Did you find any firearms during the search?
There was a firearm located underneath the driver's seat that Mr. Beecham was sitting on.
We see a self-represented defendant challenging a police officer's testimony during a probable cause hearing. The man insists the officer had no authority and that the stop was illegal under maritime law. Judge Clark stays collected, allowing the man to speak briefly before explaining, clearly and simply, that this is a criminal court under Florida jurisdiction, not the ocean. He patiently goes over what probable cause actually means and reminds the defendant that procedural nonsense doesn't override evidence. The defendant tries to push back, but Clark firmly reminds him, this isn't a debate club, this is court. The officer's statement stands, and the case proceeds exactly by the book.
Did you run a criminal records check on Mr. Beecham?
We did.
Did you find out whether he had been previously convicted of any felonies?
He was on inmate release status for a felony. I believe the same charges.
No, that's all my questions at this time.
Mr. Beecham, any questions?
Yes. So did I have a passenger in the car with me at the time?
You did?
Upon you saying you smelled the smell of marijuana, did I say that I smoked hemp?
You did admit to it.
I said I smoked hemp, right?
You said you smoked marijuana.
Sir, did you have on a body cam?
I did.
And okay, thank you, Your Honor. So I said, so your body cam was on at the time, and did you get any competent basis on the traffic stop as far as like a recording of that video?
I don't have a dash cam.
You don't have a dash cam in your car?
We don't have dash cams in Panama City police
Okay.
cars.
It's cool. And that was failing to maintain the lane. Okay, was it any other traffic on the road?
You were the only vehicle.
Okay, and how long were you behind me before you actually pulled me over?
I was behind you about 2 blocks, watched you drift over the center line several times.
Several times, drift off the line. Did you have to catch up to me? I have a dash cam and rear view cam. I'm probably gonna introduce the what you call it. Did you actually have to catch up to my vehicle, or
I did not have to catch up that much. I was right behind you.
I'm saying that the stretch of the road was we was traveling on Beach Drive. That's right,
Yes.
and you were behind me the entire stretch of Beach Drive.
No, I was behind you by Balboa.
By Balboa is when you got behind me. Okay, and so when did you notify me or the passenger about any of the drugs or gun?
Immediately.
Immediately. And what was said about the drugs or gun? What did the passenger say?
The gun was found after you were already detained. We searched the vehicle and it was underneath your seat.
Okay, and was the vehicle registered to me?
Vehicle was registered to your girlfriend.
Okay. And so where were the drugs or anything found in the vehicle?
You had drugs in your pocket. And there was also drugs in the back seat behind your seat.
And you found the drugs?
I found a bag of white substance in your right front pocket.
What about any vehicles in the car?
There was a bag in behind the driver's seat that had several other bags that were wrapped in a clear plastic baggies that was behind your seat.
Okay, and so what did you question the passenger on?
That would be my partners who questioned the passenger. I questioned you.
Yes, and what did I admit to any of the drugs?
You refused to talk to me other than saying I was violating the Treaty of Florida.
Exactly. And so you notified me on drugs being found in the car on the scene, you're saying?
Everything was notified to you. I tried reading you implied consent. You refused to actually listen to me. You kept on saying I was violating the Treaty of Florida and you.
Yeah, I was saying you was violating the constitutional rights as well.
The most unbelievable clip of all, a 3-day trial over a fake or sovereign license plate. The defendant claims he doesn't need state registration because his vehicle is his private property under common law. Clark listens to the entire argument, but his patience wears thin when the man refuses to acknowledge the law. After hours of irrelevant questioning and constitutional lectures, Clark ends it decisively. He declares, "This court recognizes Florida law, not theories from the internet," and moves straight to verdict. The man is found guilty, and the courtroom erupts in quiet applause. The clip perfectly showcases how these sovereign defenses always crumble when faced with real legal structure.
A direct quote on why you actually stopped the vehicle.
His all body came out.
Okay. And so you never had a conversation with the passenger?
I was mostly talking to you and searching the vehicle. I believe my sergeants wanted to talk to Mr. Wheeler.
Okay, and so you saying your passengers, your other one of your partners found the drugs that was actually in the car?
And I found drugs in the vehicle.
Or you found the drugs in the vehicle?
Yes.
Behind the driver's seat, you're saying?
And the objection. Ask your next question.
Okay. And you did already admit that I said I admitted to smoking hemp. Okay. And your vehicle is not, you say they don't got dash cams. Okay. So at the time, did you have a sight on the passenger and the driver at the whole time?
I was right there behind the A pillar or B pillar.
What was that, sir?
I was there the entire time talking to you.
No, okay. So when you extracted me out the car, did you have eyes on the passenger at that time?
After I removed you from the car, I did not have eyes on the passenger, just you.
Okay, cool. And so in your report, you never wrote a ticket for the failing to maintain lanes, nor did you mention it in your affidavit of complaint.
It's going to be in my report, the narrative on the case.
Well, I mean, this was the probable cause, and this was the immediate review. So is it
Sustained. Ask a question.
okay? Is it a reason why you didn't mention it in your affidavit of complaint?
The affidavit only shows PC for why we arrested you. It doesn't state in there why I had to stop you. It just shows in there why I arrested you. And in regards to you maintaining a lane, that goes back to the DUI, which does not go on the complaint. That goes on the traffic ticket.
Well, I mean, you never mentioned anything of that nature in the ticket. So I was just wondering, is that protocol for you not to explain in the affidavit of complaint?
It's going to be in the report.
Okay, and you say you had a body camera on again, that's correct?
That's the answer.
Sustain the objection. Ask your next question.
Okay, and so was it possible for any of the drugs to be the passenger?
It was all in your control. It was within your reach, behind your seat, and then you had drugs in your right front pocket.
I said, was it possible to be the passengers?
It could be possible, but the same drug that was in your right front pocket was also in that bag behind your seat.
What drug was in my right front pocket?
Cocaine.
And about how much was that?
You had a bag that was wrapped in your front pocket.
About how much?
I don't have the numbers on me right now. I have my report in front of me.
Okay. This is a copy of your report.
That's actually not my report. That's the affidavit complaint. My report's about 5 pages long.
Okay. And so you seized the vehicle for failing to maintain a lane. You said, was any other traffic affected by the occurrence?
You were the only one on the road. You had a failure to maintain your lane several times and you drove over the curb.
What curve, actually?
The curb I stopped you at, I believe, was on Fairland.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Is any redirect from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And the witness be
Yes,
excused.
Your Honor.
So you can go about your day.
Yes, sir.
Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Beecham?
Your Honor, there's no actual competent and substantial evidence in the affidavit of complaint, nor was it any ticket issued for the actual, failing to maintain a lane, so, I mean, being that it was immediately after the arrest, I don't see how he had probable cause to stop me. And I actually asked him for, the sheriff to verify that, hoping that he had a dash cam in his car.
Mr. Sullivan?
Whether a traffic ticket was issued or not is irrelevant.
Yeah, it was.
I am gonna find there's probable cause for the arrest, and I believe that's what I'm here today to do as far as the adversarial preliminary hearing. So I found there's probable cause. We'll need another court hearing.
Do we have this transcribed?
You can file a motion to have it transcribed, yes, sir. We need to set another hearing. You understand, Mr. Beecham, at any point in time that you ask for an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you meet the financial requirements. You want to set up for another pretrial? Beecham? Let's set it for April 18th at 9 o'clock.
Watching Judge Brantley Clark at work is honestly refreshing. In an age where viral courtroom clips often show chaos and disrespect, Clark represents what a real courtroom should look like: focused, professional, and grounded in law. He's not interested in theatrics or arguments. He gives every defendant the chance to speak, but when the nonsense starts, he shuts it down instantly and moves forward. His mix of discipline and dry humor makes these hearings not just educational, but downright entertaining. And that's why Judge Clark has become a favorite among court watchers.
Mr. Baker's present, the courtroom appropriately dressed, with Mr. Meredith and Mr. Paul, State Attorney Mr. Pereira, and Mr. Sullivan are also present. Deputy Dexter, we have all the jurors present.
They are present. They are. We had two that were in the restroom, and they'll be brought upstairs.
All right, very good. All right, anything we need to take up prior to bringing the jurors in?
Yes, Your Honor. After meeting with Mr. Baker yesterday, he expressed an interest in representing himself today again. So, I don't know if he wants to. I'm not sure whether he wants to represent himself or not, because the second thing I would address is the state's filed a motion in limine that we object to. Depending on the ruling there, I'm not sure if that will affect Mr. Baker's decision.
All right, well, let's take it the motion in limine right now. It's the motion in limine. Mr. Ferrer, you filed it?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is moving, Your Honor, to exclude testimony of two things. First is testimony of the legality of his license plate, or any sort. My understanding is that Mr. Meredith intended to elicit testimony about the origin of the license plate. We feel that probable cause is enough already with the rolling stop, that it would be irrelevant. The defendant is no longer in charge of any type of traffic offense. They're not legal defenses to the charge that he's brought with fleeing to, eluding, in the possession of drugs.
Your Honor, the state intends to introduce some body cam from Officer Elkins as in relation to the original stop. And Mr. Baker has his hands out of the window and is talking to the officer about what the reason for the stop is. There is a tag that's on there. In the edited version of the body cam, it is mentioned that the two reasons for the stop were rolling through a stop sign and either, I can't remember if it was bad tag or no tag or whatever. But I think that it's important for the jury to understand the origin of this tag and what it represented. I, as an officer of the court and under the rules of the bar, I don't believe I could argue that it's a valid tag, but I think the origin of it is important for the.
It's not a valid tag. What does it matter what origin or the origin of this?
Well,
I'm not going down that road.
Mr. Baker felt that it was a legal tag.
Was it issued from the Department of Motor Vehicles from the state of Florida?
It was not.
Or the tax collector's office? It's not a legal tag.
If you'd like to see a photocopy of what it is.
My tag is from the DOT. It's a DOT number because my tag belongs to my trust.
Whether it's sovereign citizens, fake plate believers, or anyone trying to twist legal language to escape accountability, he keeps it simple: follow the law or face the consequences. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more real courtroom moments, and let me know in the comments which judge you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, stay informed, stay respectful, and remember, in court, logic always wins over nonsense.
My DOT number is valid, so why wouldn't the tag be?
Nope, not going in. We're not going to talk about it.
Can I put anything on the record?
You can put it on the record, but I'm telling you, I'm not anything that's not a legal tag from the state of from one of the states of the United States, or I guess
It is. You got the information yesterday. He emailed you the information where the tag came from and what was going on with the tag.
Your Honor,
I can't have a custom tag.
Let Mr. Meredith make your argument, sir, please.
Your Honor, the number that's contained on the tag, the 412-5492, is a Department of Transportation number that is assigned to Mr. Baker. I have gone on their website. You can search that number, and when you do, it comes up with Mr. Baker's name, his address, and all his information. Now, depending on what we're allowed to do, his testimony would be as to how he had obtained this and had gone through and got it from a third party in New Jersey. And because it had the Department of Transportation logo, which is the actual logo from the Department of Transportation, and it had his actual identifying number from the United States Department of Transportation, that he could display it.
Is it a legal valid tag? Can you make that argument?
Yes.
I cannot.
Okay, it's not coming in.
When you run the tag number,
It's not coming in, it's not going on the record, and also the state's not charged him with a improper tag.
Exactly. I don't even have a